Hello, I am Marcus, and as you're probably aware, over the weekend a number of people have been doing tests of the ID.3 first, and I'm absolutely ecstatic with these test results that people have been doing, so I've decided to celebrate. So that's right, our Norwegian friend Bjorn has done a lot of tests in the ID.3 first. It's the pure version, so that's the actual version that I'm going to get. Chris from Battery Life has also been doing some tests in his ID.3 first, which is the plus version. So Bjorn had temperatures when he was doing the tests in Norway of around 10 to 13 Celsius, I believe, where Chris in Germany had temperatures around 22, 23. So very similar to Portugal at the moment. So on the 90 kilometer range test, Bjorn got 414 kilometers and Chris got 444 kilometers. So well over 400 kilometers, so it's absolutely fabulous. On the 120 kilometer test, Bjorn got 271 kilometers and Chris got 280 kilometers, but Chris was actually going at 130 kilometers an hour, not 120 like Bjorn. So as Chris owns the car, obviously he loves the car, so it's interesting to see what Bjorn thought about the car. So if you watched any of his live streams over the weekend, this is the idea that I got, that he loves the car because it's extremely comfortable. He said it's much more comfortable than a Polestar 2, and it's extremely quiet. It's more quiet than, for example, a Tesla Model 3 or Polestar 2. For example, those are cars that he's tested recently, and he owns a Model 3 Performance. It's just excellent news from Volkswagen that they've really cracked the comfort and the sound levels, and that's something that's really important to me. The other thing that Bjorn actually tested was the 0 to 100 speed. Now it's advertised by Volkswagen at 7.3 seconds, when Bjorn actually got 6.9 seconds. Perhaps the wind was behind him or something, but excellent result to get. What did Bjorn not like about the car? He said that the first pure version was very basic and you should go for a plus or max. Well, I still think it's going to be less basic than my Citroen C4 Cactus, so I don't mind. Also, he said the sound system was okay, not brilliant, but I've been in a Tesla Model 3, but the sound system is absolutely amazing, so I don't expect it to be that good. Also, he said the infotainment system was shite. That's what I'm expecting. I'm expecting to be a bit buggy at the moment, but hopefully Volkswagen will fix those bugs with over-the-air updates. Now, let's go into the 1,000 kilometer challenge that both Chris and Bjorn did. These are Bjorn test results. He has actually made them public on Google Drive, so I'll leave you the link below. I've actually added the ID.3 first with the 18-inch wheels because he tested the first pure version, that's the 18-inch wheels, and that's one I'm getting. I've added it because he hasn't added it yet, but all the other ones is what he has added. Now look at how high up on the list it is. This goes from best to worst. These are the times it's taken him to do 1,000 kilometers in each car. So as expected, Model S long range, Model 3 long range, Model X long range, those are the best. Then the Audi e-tron 55 with 10 minutes and 20. Then we've got the long range performance Model 3 and the long range short range plus Model 3. So surprisingly, we all know that Teslas have got the better batteries and they have got the better charging performance. Well, actually the Audi e-tron's got very good charging performance as well. But just look at the time of the ID.3 first one I'm getting. 10 hours and 45 minutes. And that's going in Norway at motorway speed, so I think around 120 kilometers per hour. Now we know that Chris from Battery Life, I'll link that link below as well, on the German Autobahn, he managed to get 10 hours and 34 minutes, but he went up to speeds of 160 kilometers an hour, which is not possible in Norway or in Portugal, and he actually reckons he could have got 10 hours if it wasn't for 30 minutes of traffic. But just look how far up it is. 10 hours 45 is absolutely amazing. It's better than my wildest dreams. It's quicker than the Model S P85, than the Mercedes EQC, than the Kona 64 kilowatt hour. It's 45 minutes quicker than the Polestar 2 Performance. These are all cars with the bigger batteries. It's quicker than the e-tron 50. I mean, significantly quicker than the e-tron 50. I mean, 45 minutes quicker than Polestar 2 and Kona. And now we're getting into cars here which are more than an hour slower, 28 kilowatt Ionic. The E208 is 2 hours slower. The Leaf 62, which is a car I thought about getting, is 2.5 hours slower almost. And the Z50, which is a car which I think is beautiful, is almost 4 hours slower. But it was wet and a bit colder. Then we've got all these other cars. Another Nissan Leaf 62 slower. And obviously the Honda E very slow. But just look at it. Just look at it. The ID.3 First 18-inch, 10 hours 45. That basically means that the ID.3 First is a long-range vehicle. There'd be no problems driving from here to Spain or from here to Paris. I mean, really, with these figures being so close to the Tesla figures, in terms of efficiency, consistent charging speed, the ID.3 First is an absolute winner. And if you're out on a German autobahn or something, you can get even quicker figures than this. And actually believe in Portugal, you could probably get quicker figures than this because we don't have so much traffic on the motorways. So I'm absolutely gobsmacked by this. I just can't wait to get my car. I've definitely chosen the right vehicle for me. There's no doubt about it. Absolutely no doubt about it before. These results are brilliant. And just put it in perspective, all these other cars, which are quicker than mine, are significantly more expensive. The cheapest one here is the Model 3 SR Plus, and that's at least €11,000 more expensive than my ID.3 First. Even these cars below, apart from the Arctic, these cars below are significantly more expensive than the ID.3 First. Even the Kona 64 is at least €7,000 more expensive than the ID.3 First. So when it comes to price and when it comes to efficiency and charging, the ID.3 First just beats absolutely everything. It's absolutely amazing. Volkswagen onto a definite winner. So as you can see, I'm absolutely ecstatic with the result of the Volkswagen ID.3. I still don't have a delivery date. I was hoping to receive a delivery date today or tomorrow. I'm really hoping it's going to be this Friday, but I don't know. I have to speak to my dealer. I know that my dealer has actually been on a training course today and has spent at least 2 hours in the Volkswagen ID.3 First. Once she's been on that training course, she can obviously start selling them. So that's what I'm hoping for Friday, but I have no idea in fact. So let's talk about the Volkswagen Connect ID app in Portugal. So the Volkswagen Connect ID app in Portugal, it does not actually have any chargers shown in Portugal. So I wrote them an email to the people who developed the Volkswagen Connect ID app, and they actually told me that they haven't turned on the services yet for Portugal. So they will only turn those services on in the next 2 or 3 weeks. Once they turn those services on, perhaps we should have lots of chargers in Portugal. We just have to wait for 2 or 3 weeks time and see. Anyway, I'm absolutely amazed by the ID.3 First. It's absolutely the best and perfect car for me at my price range. I have absolutely no doubts about that. Volkswagen have created an absolutely beautiful car with efficiency and range. That's just amazing. So what I say is cheers to Volkswagen for making such a wonderful and amazing car. Please Volkswagen, just get my car to me as soon as you possibly can. Everybody else, leave comments, click subscribe, and I hope to speak to you very soon, actually inside my ID.3 First. Thank you. So what I say is, cheers to Volkswagen.